Here's a taste of the Ozarks recipe you'll want to try. Chef Craig Von Forrester shows us a fancy dish that's easy to make.
Hello, this is Craig from Harvest, and today I'm going to be preparing Cous Cous, which is actually one of the simplest pastas. It's actually a very tiny semolina pasta, and it goes with a 1-to-1 ratio. So for each cup of couscous, you have a cup of water. And with this cup, you have a half cup of couscous and a half cup of water, a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a teaspoon of salt. And when this comes to a boil, you take it off, you pour it over, and there you go. You have couscous. Make sure it evens up, cover it with plastic. It's best to keep it in a warm place in your kitchen for about 5 to 10 minutes. And that is done. That is your basic couscous. Here's a batch that I just finished a little earlier. So you take it and you fluff it with a fork. You separate all the grains. There we go. And then to finish this, we add about a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, fresh chopped parsley, and about 1/3 of a cup of mint. And while I'm adding the rest of the ingredients, I'm going to make some curried garbanzo beans that will also go in this. I start with a tablespoon of olive oil, half can of garbanzo beans, and a little bit of curry powder. And by the sauteing action in the oil, it releases the volatile oils in the curry powder, and that gives it a little more intense of a flavor that will be added in here. So at this point, I'm just going to mix these in, and the extra oil and a little bit of, you can always add a little bit extra lemon if you like it a little more lemony, and there you go. And this should be hot now. Do about half the can, and about a teaspoon of the curry, and let that go. And this will be paired with a tahini sauce, which is it's a tahini lemon sauce, which is really simple. It starts with a half cup of tahini, and it's really hard to emulsify, so if you turn the can over about every 12 hours, it'll be ready to go. And with that, it gets a 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, half teaspoon of salt, and 1 garlic clove mixed together. Now, the lemon juice actually makes the tahini thicken up. It will appear to be really too thin in the beginning, and as it sits, it will begin to thicken up. The tahini and the lemon juice react together. Here's a finished batch that you can see. It becomes almost the texture of mayonnaise. It's delicious as a dressing or a sauce with chicken, or doing it with salmon, which is the case we're going to be doing today. So that has sauteed and the oils have been released. So we're just going to add that to this and mix it in. And with this is sort of a good basic recipe. You can add toasted almonds, toasted pine nuts. It's great as a salad or adding into a salad. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a beautiful piece of salmon that I have. This is a Scottish Lochduart salmon, which is excellent quality salmon. I'm going to season it with salt on both sides. Now, the technique I use for this salmon, you can use for any salmon you want. Now, this is a tandoori spice. It's not necessary. You could actually crust this with curry or any other spice mix that you like to go with this. And what I do, I don't get it too hot, and I just get the salmon in there and get it sizzling, and then I finish it in the oven. A piece like this will be about 7 to 8 minutes in the oven total. And it comes out and it just stays very, very moist. Rather than searing both sides, the bottom half of it stays very moist. So I happen to have brought a piece that I have just completed a little while ago. And this is why you don't want to heat it too much. About right now is when I throw it in the oven, because this will actually get to a point of being burnt rather than just nicely caramelized. So that is that. I'm going to turn that off. And so what we will do is put down a bed of couscous. Right there. And this is one of my favorite meals. I love this. And on top of that, we'll put the tandoori crusted salmon, some of the tahini sauce, and we, on our farm, we grow a lot of cucumbers. So I'm going to use a little bit of a cucumber salad tossed with yogurt, salt, and a little bit of lemon. And I use a Ben Reiner mandolin for this with the medium grating teeth. But you can cut it by hand, you can cut it in half moons, rounds, however you want. And then I just treat it like it's pasta. And we have the cucumber thread salad on top of the tandoori crusted salmon with tahini lemon sauce.